another episode of Wyoming Family Adventures. In this episode, Cody and I meet up on the highway west of Laramie. We're going to compare tires. Cody's Motoz Rallz versus the Scorpion Rally Adventouring. Stay tuned. This is going to be a fun one. So Cody and I are doing a nice fun ride, and we're gonna do a tire comparison here. Pirelli Rally Adventouring compared to the Motoz Tractionator. And we both rode both bikes on the highway, so highway performance. What are your thoughts on the Motoz?
They're loud, and if you don't have it up...
What? I couldn't hear you over the tires. What?
Funny.
Yeah.
They're loud, and if you don't have them aired up to the correct air pressure, like if you don't have them aired up to like 35 and 30 on the rear, you'll get a really bad vibration and you'll end up washing out and after highway speeds. And but you're not supposed to go over highway speeds, and we would never do that, Carl, right?
Yeah, only for testing purposes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So my thoughts on the Motoz Tractionator, I agree with Cody. Loud AF. You can't hear yourself think with those things at highway speeds or above, to be honest. They're loud. But I'm gonna say they're really stable if they're aired up properly.
Yeah,
if they're not, stable. Yeah, like Cody said, if they're not aired, there's stability is horrible. But if they're aired up, you know, full air pressure,
you know, up around 35 psi. Those things are pretty stable, regardless of the speed. Even well over 100, they seem pretty stable.
They are very stable.
Initial impressions on the Scorpion Rally Adventouring.
Quiet, smooth. I mean, I did the same speed test I did with this one, and I felt nothing. It was perfect. It was just like the stock tires, just going. So it was. I like them on the street. I don't know how about dirt yet, though. I think I'm going to prefer these on the dirt.
Yeah, we'll see in the dirt, and we haven't done the twisties test yet either. We're going to get to that. So my thoughts, both of these honestly have a little more head shake in the front end than the factory Scorpion Rally STRs. It's a little looser. I mean, they're closer to a knobby tire on the front, so that's kind of expected. Both of them way deeper tread patterns on the Moto Z's than on the Scorpion Rallies, but both of them are pretty open tread patterns, so a little looser front end is expected. Mine, what I noticed is yeah, like Cody said, these are smooth, but they don't have the same lean angles. You look at the back end, and the tread blocks end a lot sooner on the sidewall than they do on the Moto Z. And I think that will be noticeable when we get into these twisties up ahead and we test in there.
Yeah, they do. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, and on the highway test, you know, that's not something that's really noticeable. No. These are way quieter. I noticed that they get buzzy when you get up highway speeds or above. They're a little buzzy and add a little vibration to the bike. They're not, Cody says they're smooth. They definitely are compared to the Moto Z's. Way smoother. I'll disagree with them that they're as smooth as the factory Rally STRs.
I will agree with you on that one. I was just doing a comparison between these two.
Yeah,
that's what I thought the video was about, Carl.
That is what it's about, but you had mentioned that these are as smooth as the factory tires, and I don't think they are, but they do feel really good. I mean, overall.
I mean, anything besides those are as smooth as the factory tires.
Yeah, Cody's starting to not like the Moto Z's, to be honest. But, you know, we'll see how he feels after we do, you know, some twisty tests and some off-road. He might like them more, you know. Maybe they'll outshine these. I think the Moto Z's for highway use are going to be better than the Rallies. Just because, you know, they're very stable despite not being as smooth and despite being louder. You might want to wear earplugs, but look at the difference in the tread blocks. These things are going to last forever. You know? So if you're doing a lot of highway riding, these things will last. Yeah. Even though they're loud AF on the highway.
What really helps on stable. Comfort level, though, is the windshield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if the windshield made a difference because all I could hear was the tires, so I couldn't tell if there's buffeting.
Right now it helps the wind.
No, seriously though, that little bit of extra shield did stop buffeting. I do get a lot of buffeting on this, especially with our Wyoming crosswinds, but you know, that's not, yeah, I'll probably add a shield on mine. I just haven't done it yet because it's not that big of a priority. Because our highway riding is mostly to get to the trails.
It's a big priority for me.
Yeah.
I hate wind.
But it is a fair amount of highway riding to get to them sometimes, so. Yeah. All right, well that concludes our highway test. We're gonna ride some more and we're gonna hit the mountains up here and we'll see how these do in the twisties on pavement. just below 11,000 feet, and what did you say, Cody?
It is cold, Carl.
It is a bit cold up here, as you can tell by the snow. We're late October riding, so. What did you think about the twisties?
Well, first off, it's 40 degrees out. Twisties. So when I started off on my bike, it was fine. You know, I don't have really much experience on any other tires besides mine. Mine was great. Then when we switched, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try and push them because Carl said that these tires track a lot better than these tires. Now riding his bike, I 100% agree. They track a lot better than my tires do.
So the Scorpion Rally Adventouring tracks way better, you're saying?
These track 100% better. If I was doing mainly road and not much off-road, I'd go with these. But we're gonna see how they compare when we go off-road. Carl, what's your thoughts?
I agree. I was struggling to keep up Cody once he got on my bike. And as Cody can testify, that's unusual.
That is very unusual. Usually Carl passes me. Also, another time, I was telling Carl to go forward, pass me. He passes me, and I can concur the tires are loud AF.
I didn't notice the volume quite as bad in the twisties at the lower speeds as on the highway, but yeah, they're still, I could still hear them for sure. And they're definitely, I mean, not, you know how I said they were stable on the highway. Once you get cornering involved, that changes, and the stability goes away on those. They don't want to hold a line.
Yeah.
Where with the Motoz Tractionator, they just don't want to hold a line.
Not as well as these.
Now, I know you're not running the Tractionator on the front.
I wonder if we swap front tires, I bet you it'd be 100% better on mine.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. The Scorpion Rally Adventouring, they'll still hold a line in the canyon. They're not as good as the STRs, the factory tires, but they'll hold a line. Now, one difference I did notice is looking at the lugs. The lugs don't roll over near as far onto the sidewall on the Scorpion Rally as they do the Scorpion Rally Adventouring as they do on the Motoz.
I mean, you can also see how far.
Oh, it's the Rallz too. Excuse me, I said Tractionator. It's the Rallz tires. Excuse me, and yeah, I'll try and edit that in. but while these roll over farther,
you can get on them farther.
Yeah, it's sketchy to get all the way over on them.
I mean,
whereas
I've gone over on them.
Yeah, I pushed them over pretty far, but these, I mean, I could push them all the way onto the edge of the shoulder, and
now
not
that's
really notice
sketchy,
that I'm doing it.
That's kind of sketchy, and I would not be doing
Well,
that.
it sounds sketchy, but you don't even notice.
No, you don't until you lose your tread.
Yeah, and honestly, regular riding, you got to be pushing pretty hard to get past that shoulder.
You really do.
And
I 100% agree. Yeah, we were pushing ourselves on this one just to see how they cornered, because this is the best spot to corner.
Yeah, and on the Motoz Rallz, I struggled to keep up with Cody on this bike, and he wasn't pushing past the limits of the tire.
No.
And I was struggling to keep up with him. That tire, and I could have gone a little bit faster, but it's unnerving because it doesn't want to hold a line. You got to fight it to keep your line.
You do. I do notice that. 100% agree. You got to fight it.
And so, hands down, when you know, you're riding twisties to get to the trails, the Scorpion Rally Adventouring hands down outperformed the Motoz Rallz.
I can already tell you this though, I'm going to outperform you on the dirt.
We're going to find out.
I'm putting money on it.
Oh.
I'll put $1.
I tell you what, loser cooks lunch.
All right.
I bring some steaks.
Loser cooks lunch on the dirt.
All right.
Okay. All right. All right.
All right.
All right. We'll let you guys know.
I'm
when we get
anxious to
the
see.
lake.
And I know that's what everybody else is waiting
Oh,
for
I
too.
did see snow on the trailhead, so we're going to be hitting snow, buddy.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to make it to our destination or not, but we're going to have fun trying.
We'll find out.
Yeah. And I know this is the part everyone's been waiting for, is the off-road test. See how these do off-road. On-road, we're giving it to the Scorpion Rally Adventouring.
100%.
Much quieter, much smoother.
100%.
Hands down for the win. These had a little bit better stability in a straight line, but everywhere else, the Adventouring, the Scorpion Rally Adventouring outperformed the Motoz Rallz easily. And what's the front tire? Let's get that straight. So this is the
Tractionator.
the front tire is the Tractionator Desert MT, where the back's the Tractionator Rallz. Okay, so they're both the Tractionators, but the Rallz on back and the Desert on the front. So so that was fun riding the canyon for sure. We're gonna have a lot more fun off-road if we don't freeze. So my hands are getting numb. I'm gonna put the gloves back on.
I don't know if I'm going to take I might take the jacket off. It's not cold, but I might leave it on. I don't know. We'll find out.
Let's see how far we get off-road with the snow. bikes, treads caked in. So yeah, we're still conducting this off-road test, and yeah, this terrain's gnarly, man. There's a lot of snow and muck and mud, and we've come through, and a lot more to go. We're gonna see if we make it up this hill after the creek here. It only gets worse from here, so it's going to be real interesting to see how far we get.
It's already been pretty crummy.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's do it. All right. You struggled same place I did. Oh! Now I didn't struggle like that. I think I might have you beat.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah. I slid sideways there, but not like you did.
I did that on purpose.
Perfect. What's that?
Like you got it.
Woo! Cody's stuck. I got stuck here and went over. This is just gnarly and slick. We'll make it, I think. Maybe. Well, let's start by picking it up. Okay?
Yeah, you weren't leaking fuel.
Yeah. Hopefully you still in gear, right? Break anything on that rock? Yeah, I thought I had enough momentum to go up that.
Yeah?
I thought I'd get just a little traction to help push me, but no traction.
Yeah, no, it's just ice.
It is. Even the mud's froze right there.
Yeah. Your chain guard covered in ice, or that's
So I dug a line over here for Cody to follow, so he doesn't have to try the first line I tried that was frozen solid mud.
That's slick.
It is slick.
That's slick.
Go, 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 go! Oh! Long way out.
Okay.
Ready.
Hey, you want a mirror?
Ooh, dang, are you sitting on it? It's heavy.
I got my...
Okay. I'll get on it and hold it.
So I don't know about you guys, but that was a lot easier to push up than his bike. I think I got better tires. Just saying, don't tell Carl. and clear over there. It does pretty good in the snow.
Well, Cody, which tire won off-road?
Mine.
Are you certain?
100%.
What led you to that conclusion?
Well, the last little leg right there, my bike was a lot easier to push uphill than yours. No, so we were going down a hill, it was mucky and such, and I was on Carl's bike, and it just kept on washing itself out. I hopped on my bike. Of course, it's mucky, it's icy, it's whatever. It's going to do the same thing, but it wasn't as bad. I think mine was better off-road. I think that this isn't a good test. I think there needs to be a lot more mud and no ice. So I will say this though, Carl's tires are great for dry, hard, compact dirt. My tires are great for muddy dirt and probably snow, because I got deeper tread pattern, and you can spin mine and sling it all out.
See, I'm disagreeing with Cody on this one.
I just don't want to cook dinner or lunch, okay?
I'm disagreeing because although his tread pattern is deeper, I don't think it made a difference. Both of our treads filled with muck and snow.
Yeah,
I mean, look at this. And I don't think the deeper tread made any difference today. I think, I mean, the spacing, yeah, about a thumb space there and about a thumb space there. It's pretty similar, honestly. And how many times did your bike go down on the way up?
Once.
Huh?
Once.
Huh?
Once. We went down once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times did you get stuck?
How many times did you get stuck, Carl?
Once.
Same here. I stopped because you stopped.
Were you stuck though?
I got stuck because I stopped and you stopped.
Cody got stuck twice.
Whatever. Hey, if you guys want to buy a mirror, I got a mirror right here that broke off when it tipped over.
Yeah, just needs a little TLC. It'll buff out. You know, you can buff that scratch out of it.
You got some like JD Weld or something? You put that back on. But yeah, in all seriousness, I think it's kind of a tie on both our bikes with the tires right now.
Yeah, at this point, I'm going to agree. And I hate to leave this video with a tie. Maybe we'll feel different on the way out after some of the ice softens up. But at this point, yeah, Cody's right. This honestly, no tire is going to do great in this. Look at this. And you guys saw that hill. We both dropped our bikes. We both got stuck.
And Carl's a lot better rider than me. He's been riding a lot longer.
And I rode both bikes on it, and honestly, there wasn't a big difference that I could tell.
No. The only part that Carl beats me on is the street.
I will say, if you're able to go faster, this tire, the Scorpion Rally Adventouring, feels more stable even off-road if you can go faster. But this kind of stuff, you know, if you're just touring, off-road touring, this tire did the Motoz Tractionator Rallz did just as good as the Scorpion Rally STR.
I think it did better.
He wants to say it did better. We both rode both bikes, and I honestly could tell no difference except for when I went faster, and this bike felt much more stable. I could feel the lugs on the hard pack on the
you could definitely feel
the Motoz
on the hard pack,
whereas this one was a lot smoother. But as far as actual grip and performance, I couldn't honestly tell a difference today.
Not on this kind of stuff. We can't go fast on this.
You know what
slick.
You know what I think the telltale is going to be is sand. Because we had muck and mud here today, and both of them, I thought they did great considering. Did we have problems? Of course.
I think they did great. I mean, you're going to have that slip and slide on them.
Yeah, unless you
that
stud
was
them. And I don't think anything's going to do any better unless you go on a full-on knobby.
I think that
you
one
know,
went,
but as far as a
was
street
a little bit more slip and slide than this one, though.
Maybe. It was too close to tell in my book. But yeah, I think both of these are good, very good off-road tires at this point. I think we need to try some really loose stuff, like sand or something.
Yeah, but I don't like sand. I'm horrible on sand.
Yeah, well, neither one of us have tons of experience in sand because we live in Wyoming, not Florida.
The only experience on sand I have is in the Red Desert.
Yeah.
First trip.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But they both bikes made it here, and man, look at this view. And so yeah, isn't that gorgeous? The real question now is who's going to make lunch?
Nose goes.
Nice.
I make the freeze-dried meal if you make the steak.
I think we're going to have to both contribute on this one. Yeah, we got some thick steaks here we're going to cook. Cody's going to make a beef stew mountain meal to go with them, so we're going to beef and beef. And we got a little bit of firewood. I think we'll have enough. It's gonna we'll have to be conservative with and careful with our cooking, but it should be about right. So we got some nice 1.5 inch, 1.75 inch probably is what they really are. Steaks.
Looking steak.
Yeah.
So, how you doing over there, Carl? How you doing? Hey, it's starting to snow.
Yeah?
There's little flakes going down here and there. The first leg is the hardest part. Yeah, getting down that hill. Get down that hill. We're gonna cut this one. I don't think so either. Nah. I think it'll be alright. What do you think?
I mean, there's nothing in there left to flame up. What an epic day, guys. Look at that. You just can't beat it. Where does adventure take you guys? So we got weather rolling in.
It's in. It's not
We're ready for nap, man. And after eating those big steaks,
sun's gone.
yeah, sun's gone. Clouds are rolling in. There's weather coming in behind it. There's going to be weather for the next week here in Wyoming, especially in the mountains. So we need to get out of here. We are airing down a bit. I don't know what pressure we're running, but yeah, we're going to get out of here. But we aired down, hopefully, to make the ride out a little easier than it was coming in. We'll see. Wish us luck. Let's go. wobbling. The air's down or not, man, that's rough. Cody. Better go back and check on her. I lost Cody somewhere back here. This stuff is slick and mucky and icy. And yeah. I mean, look at it, guys. Let's go see. Hopefully he's okay. I'm not seeing him though. I hear him. I think we're getting close. You okay?
Yeah.
Did you go down?
I went down because of my fault, though. I hit that rock.
Oh.
And it racked my nuts.
This one?
Yeah, the one on the left.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I hit this one on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
Because that was our old track.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was like, well, I'm going to go to the middle. Well, that was a mistake. You know, I'm fine.
All right.
You know, it racked my cojones.
Oh, ouch.
It hurt. So
You need a hand?
I didn't drop it because I was like, well, crap. And then I got it up. But it wasn't bad.
You need a hand?
Yeah. I'll take a hand.
All right.
Be more than happy.
I should have brought my helmet, but oh well. You're getting there. hold on. There you go. My fault.
That one is your fault. That was 100% your fault. I was doing great.
coming. I'm so out of shape. I think you were trying to pass me.
I was trying to pass you.
Oh, damn, dude, nice riding.
Heck yeah.
So my air pressure estimates were way off. So our front tires felt about the same. Cody was at 14 psi. We're airing back up for pavement now. But I mean, just take a look at that mucky mess that we just went through, guys. What's a challenge is a lot of fun once you overcome it, right? Yeah, I couldn't imagine a better person to be riding with and a better bike to do it on, honestly.
I second that opinion there, buddy.
That was a blast. We're gonna air up for pavement and we're gonna head home, guys. Man, but that was so fun. And what a view, guys. So I'm gonna leave you with this view. The most epic riding here in Wyoming.